Hi, this is Elizabeth Clare Brewington with Discover Brightside, where we discover new things. And at the Fancy Food Show this year, the star of the show is going to be the Dosa Kitchen. And if you have never had a dosa, this is your chance to get to that booth because they're actually doing live demonstrations. When I actually read the press release, the first thing that came to my mind is, are they going to be doing live demonstrations? And they said yes. And so here I have the founders with me, Lida and Nash, and welcome to our studio. And we're so humbled and so honored to have both of you on this journey. So share your story. Tell us how you got started.
Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. So Nash and I met in an Indian restaurant in New York City where he was waiting tables. I was a regular customer because it was a really good restaurant. And one day I asked him out. This was about 15 years ago, and we've been together ever since. And he made really great dosas. That's not the only reason I fell in love with him, but it didn't hurt. We moved to Brattleboro, Vermont to follow one of my dreams to see what it would be like to live in a town other than New York City, other than a big city. And I fell in love with this town. So we tried it out, and we've been here for almost 15 years. And we were thinking, what should Nash do? Because he has a lot of background in front of house, back of house of different restaurants in India and Oman. And he made such great dosas. So we decided to open a dosa food truck, which was kind of a bold move in the small New England town where a lot of people haven't heard of dosa. But it started to catch on and over the years, and we went on to write the first dosa cookbook in the country. So Dosa Kitchen, published by
Yeah.
Random House, 2018. And it has always been our dream to do a consumer packaged good product line. We knew we weren't ready for it in the beginning because we needed to educate people more on dosa, and we still need to do a lot of education. But we have our products out now. We're launched with our dosa batter, and we have a few other products. So it's all led to this point in our business trajectory.
Yes. And I think it's about time that retailers and distributors, started to stock those batters because, you can already see the Asian market has taken over, a whole lane sometimes, in a supermarket. And I'm always, we're winning on the shelf space. Every time I go to a supermarket, I smile when I see that, we're really taking over that whole international space. And so it's about time because they're so easy to make, and they're, people who love to make pancakes and crepes. My husband loves to make dosas as well. So if the batter is right, it's all about the batter. And so this is very exciting. So tell us a little bit about the fermentation and the health reasons why, and then tell us about what you'll be exhibiting to distributors and retailers and the consumers at the show this year.
So dosa batter, as we know, it's a fermented product. So it's made of rice and lentils. So we soak rice, lentils. We soak two different rices, two different lentils, and a seed. They all soaked separately, and then it's soaked in many buckets, and then we soak them for minimum of 4 hours to 6 hours, and then we grind them in a stone grinder. And after that, it's fermented for around 8 hours, less than 8 hours. It depends on how the climate is on the outside. And after that, it is then we package it. We make sure that it's fermented properly, and we get the taste what we want. And our batter is ready to be made. We don't have to do anything to it like how we would do it in other brands. Other brands, you have to put salt, you have to put water. For us, it's a ready-to-pour batter. So all you have to do is give it a nice whisk and put it on your pan and spread a dosa. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And there's so much talk about gut health these days and the the connection between gut health and brain health and mood and just about everything. And well, dosa is a fermented food, and it's naturally fermented. Nothing is done to it. It's from wild from the atmosphere, and it's not probiotic. But it's the fermentation helps with kind of pre-digest the rice and lentils, so it makes it easier on your gut.
And it sort of gives it a nice sourness to the dosa when you eat it. Yeah, you would taste it mostly on the uttapams, which the thicker ones. You would taste the sourness, not mostly on the sometimes on the crispy dosas, which I do at the truck. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a computer buzz. And the other thing is also nobody realizes how many varieties of dosas there really are, and you have
Exactly.
a recipe book, so you probably know that it's so many variations of it as well. So we wish you good luck for the show, and I think it's going to be marvelous. And what is your booth number?
We're at 4420. We're in the debut district.
Yes.
So, because we're still new, and yeah, we're really excited to be there, to get in front of a lot of buyers, to be in New York City. I was born and raised in New York, and that's where we met, and so it means a lot to be exhibiting there and showing the world what the dosa can do.
I've been to at least 15 of the food and fancy shows, but now that I'm in North Carolina, I haven't been, COVID and everything, so I haven't been there for a while, but you will have a very exciting time. I think it is one of the best shows to be in. And it's not just about the show. I think it's about the people in the show and the organizers, and it's very family oriented. And so it's a beautiful show, and I think you'll have a marvelous time and you'll meet a lot of people. So we wish you good luck. And I know we're going to try to do a Zoom with you making the dosas, because I'd love to see the booth and share it with my audience on Facebook and Instagram. So I think this will be so much fun. So
Yeah,
thank you so much. And if you are at the show, go to the booth. It's 4,000, the booth number
4420.
442. Oh, that's an easy one to remember. 4420.
Yeah.
Go to 4420. And if you missed the show and you're not going, go to dosakitchen.com. This is the latest and greatest. And everyone, not just Indians, but I think everyone around the world loves dosas. So it won't be a hard sell. And I don't think you need to educate as much as before, because I think every state, every city will at some point have a dosa place that many people will gravitate to. So have a great time. Now, I just wanted to talk a little bit about dosas being a staple food. They're the star of the show. Many people mistake dosas and chapatis or rotis, but really dosas is the main dish. Indians use dosas for breakfast. So if you love your eggs and your bacon in the morning, that's what dosa means to an Indian. So you can imagine how many people would start. I mean, I can think about it going into hotels too, because I mean, dosas are like such a breakfast food as well. So any thoughts on that before I close?
You could have a dosa station at a hotel. You have one of those electric French crepe pans, and just make them to order. In the breakfast, you can have an egg dosa, you can have a maple dosa, sweet or savory, goes really well.
You can make a dosa, maple bacon uttapam. You can
Yes.
We've done that.
put the batter into a waffle and make a dosa waffle at a station with some cream and some nice compote,
Yes.
some strawberry jam. Yeah.
Yeah, we're thinking of doing a booklet called 100 Things You Can Do with Dosa Batter, because it's like, yeah, there's the classic crepe, but there's the waffles, there's sweet or savory pancakes, there's wraps. We've even found that you can fry food in it.
Oh,
You can
really?
shrimp tempura, fried fish, onion rings. Like, it's a super crisp batter that happens to be gluten-free and dairy-free, and it's an amazing, it's like a revelation when we tried that for the first time. It's amazing.
So my family comes from Bombay, and we are part of the East Indian community. I don't think we're really related to the East Indian company, because that was many years before they started calling us East Indians. But our staple dosa is called chitty-ups. I'm not sure if you've heard of it.
Never heard of it. My aunt is East Indian, so
Okay, so you
yeah, I
need
have a
to
East
learn to
Indian in my
make
family.
chitty-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to. So I'm going to try to create it with the batter that you send me. I'm going to try to make chitty-ups, and they are just absolutely delicious because they're kind of softer and sweeter than dosas, and so they're awesome. And you can probably do fugias too if you've got the batter going. So yeah, so that's another
Hmm.
thing I wanted to.
I'll ask my aunt about that. And
Yeah, do that. And I'll be happy to share my grandmother's recipe.
yeah,
So that will be great. So thank you so much. I'm so excited. And we are going to end this segment. We're doing 3 videos, y'all. So stay tuned and I'll make sure the links are all available so you can enjoy them all and learn about the Dosa Kitchen. And we didn't talk about the food truck. So just want to quickly tell us about the food truck? How exciting it must be to have a food truck, and how where is it in Vermont? And you probably have a lot of people coming to that food truck.
It's in Brattleboro, Vermont. It's in the southern part of the state. And we get a lot of people who are coming from New York, Boston, Connecticut, people who are coming on vacation into Vermont or coming from the day, and they map out their trip and they stop at Dosa Kitchen because they
Yeah,
say
after a
they
good
can't get
ski. Yes.
they say they can't get doses like that in Boston or New York, and like people will drive the 2.5 hours from Boston just for our food and then go back home.
Oh,
So
wow.
which is very like amazing to us and
Yeah. And now they
humbling.
can take their batter home and
Yeah,
create it.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's
exactly.
pretty cool.
we
Yeah.
started in 2000 and with the food
Four,
truck in
14, right?
14.
Two.
Yeah.
So this is our 10th year anniversary
Oh,
of the food truck
congratulations.
this
Congratulations.
season.
Yeah. Now, are you thinking of franchising the food truck? Because I can just see the food truck go all over the country. Because, it's so much needed. It's kind of like a product that's needed, I think. Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's a dream to do a franchise of Dosa Kitchen food truck.
yeah, I think so. So, okay. So those of food truck, so you'd have to go to Vermont. That's the only place it's available.
Right now, yeah.
Or you can get the batter and make it at home, and go talk to your grocery stores and tell them about Dosa Kitchen so that they stock it up, and so that you can get it to a store close to you wherever you live. All right. I tell this to people, and people never believe me, but all you have to do is go to your grocery store and just tell them to stock it. That's all. And it happens like magic. I've done this over and over again for several brands, and brought them to North Carolina. So that's all you have to do is just go talk to your grocery shop and tell them, and next thing you know, it'll be in your store. So thank you for watching Discover, where we discover new things. We're discovering dosas today, and make sure that you subscribe and you share this video and tell everybody that we need more Dosa Kitchens. Thank you for watching.